Hi, Dr. Paul here. Today I'd like to talk about how universal and spiritual energy can transform your life. We will look at spirituality, love, and happiness. Since nothing creates itself, is it difficult to believe that happiness must derive from a similar positive energy source? The law of conservation of energy was first identified in the 19th century by scientists such as Joule, Helmholtz, and Claudius. They stated that energy can neither be created nor destroyed, only transformed and transferred between systems. But the total energy of an isolated system remains constant. Wouldn't that seem to imply that the positive energy source of happiness is eternal and originates outside of ourselves? Also, many seem to believe that happiness is not a constant state, but more of a never-ending evolution, and is a variable expression of the characteristics of the originating source, which is then modified by our thoughts and our perceptions. An easy conclusion then may be that all creation, growth, and development has to be animated by a positive energy, and that this positive energy source would then have to have a vested interest in the survival of its creation, as in the way a parent has an intense inherent interest in the survival and growth of their offspring. This is obviously manifested in the basic parental instinct we call love. Then, how do we, or should we, separate this powerful source of positive energy that we call love from happiness? Just as a pear tree produces pears and will never produce apples, we must recognize that happiness would have to be the offspring of these universal positive energies, frequently manifested in what we call love. So in effect, can we really separate or distinguish love from happiness? If we are in the process of becoming happier, aren't we actually in the process of becoming more loving? How do we then become more loving and ultimately happier? What is the source of this positive energy we call love? Since energy is believed to be eternal, once again, it can only be transferred, not created or destroyed. It would have to reside within the context of an energy system. Many scientific minds have come to this conclusion, including Albert Einstein, Erwin Schrödinger, and David Bohm. In Albert Einstein's unified field theory, he believed that all forces and energy in the universe could be unified into a single theoretical framework of deep connection between all forms of energy and matter. He concluded that the field is the reality. This reflected his deep belief that the true substance of the universe is not made of particles, but of a continuous energy field that exists throughout space and time. In Erwin Schrödinger's quantum entanglement theory, he emphasized that the idea that particles and their energies are not truly separate. Entanglement connects them regardless of distance, suggesting a kind of energetic unity. The theory of implicate order was proposed by David Bohm. He proposed that all particles and energy are part of an undivided whole, which he referred to as the implicate order. In Craig Braden's book, The Divine Matrix, he described the interaction between this unified field of energy and its interconnectedness with all things in the universe through a blend of spirituality, quantum physics, ancient wisdom, and modern science. Braden believes that there is an invisible field referred to as the divine matrix, which connects everything and acts as a bridge between our inner and outer worlds. And it enables us to shape reality through our thoughts, emotions, and beliefs. In recognition that there is nothing truly new in the universe, Ralph Waldo Trine's influential work, In Tune with the Infinite, which was first published in 1897, he goes on to state everything is first worked out in the unseen before it is manifested in the seen. In the ideal, before it is realized in the real. In the spiritual, before it shows forth in the material. The realm of the unseen is a realm of cause. The realm of the seen is a realm of effect. The nature of effect is always determined and conditioned by the nature of the cause. In Dr. Wayne Dyer's book, The Power of Intention, he goes on to describe intention as the energetic, purposeful connection between the individual and this energetic, universal field, and ultimately its source. Connecting to the source with intention and evolving into a higher level of alignment and vibration. The next question may be, what would be connecting to and vibrating with at a higher level? What does it look like? Dr. Wayne Dyer describes the characteristics of the originating source as the faces of intention in his book, The Power of Intentions. The first is the face of creativity. It is inherently creative at its very core. The second one, the face of kindness. It is kindness at its deepest level. The third, the face of love. It is the ultimate form of love. The fourth, the face of beauty. As Dr. Dyer said, it would have to be beautiful as a non-originating source in that creations are usually a reflection of the Creator, and no source would create and support anything that is repugnant to itself. The face of expansion. The nature of creativity is expansion and growth. The face of unlimited abundance. Since the nature of energy is unlimited and eternal, the level of abundance would also have to be unlimited and eternal. The face of receptivity. The source of energy would have to be receptive to all. I would also add the face of peace and harmony. Peaceful coexistence or harmonious cooperation. In conclusion, only the recognition of its many faces or characteristics can we internalize these ideals in our minds. We then begin to mirror these characteristics in our own lives, reproducing the positive energies of love and happiness. So to be happy is to love. We love by tapping into the infinite and eternal positive energy in the universe and become a conduit of this energy into our material worlds. We need to continue to grow in creativity, kindness, receptivity, and love, and ultimately happiness. Once again, happiness is about becoming, not arriving. It's about love, giving birth to happiness. I believe love is actually the breath of the soul and is the quiet pulse that binds all of life together. Spirituality is its light and guides love beyond desire, beyond form, into truth. Happiness is their child, born when the heart remembers its divine origin. Paul Suzik, PhD. I appreciate you watching this video and encourage you to keep coming back as we continue to develop several more videos on happiness, as well as many more related to success, health, mental health, purpose, and many other topics that I think you might enjoy. Thank you. This is Dr. Paul.